Someone once said that nothing is impossible, but pretty much my whole life I've been doing nothing. But y'all, bear with me, because right here I was just standing, my power cuts ran away, so now I have to deal with the solar system, or whatever they call it, right? Solar system, something like that.
This ain't over. You know that. You know that.
Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm so excited. It's another motivation video, and who doesn't love motivation? I do, and that's why I'm here to cheer you guys up and to motivate you guys. Okay, so if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button. I encourage you guys to subscribe to this channel, because subscribing to this channel motivates me to do more, to bring more motivation videos for you guys out here. You guys are amazing to my subscribers. I love you guys, and welcome back again. And today's motivation video is all about resilience, y'all. I'm telling you, there's no way you can live this life without having resilience, without building resilience. Resilience is the key to overcoming any challenges or weathering the storm. Life may not come with a roadmap, but everyone will experience twists and turns, from everyday challenges to more impactful ones, like death of loved ones or severe accidents. Alterations like that can affect our lives, and these are situations that are thrown to us every day. Each change affects people differently, bringing a unique flood of thoughts, strong emotions, and uncertainty. Yet, people generally adapt well over time to life-changing situations. In part, I would say thanks to resilience, because if you haven't built resilience, you wouldn't be able to accomplish all of that, or you wouldn't be able to display all of those resilience characteristics. But I'm here to explain how you can build the resilience if you don't already have your resilience built, or you can add more to what you already have. From a psychologist's point of view, resilience is the process of adapting well in the face of adversity, trauma, death, loss, or any significant source of stress like relationships, family, work, serious health problems, or financial problems. As much as resiliency means bouncing back from all those problems and situations, it can also involve profound personal growth, personal development, building yourself, growing strong. While these adverse events, much like rough river waters, are certainly painful and difficult, they do not have to determine the circumstance of your life. They do not have to determine the outcome of your life either. There are many aspects of your life you can control, modify, and grow with. That's the role of resilience. Becoming more resilient not only helps you go through difficult situations or difficult times, it also empowers you to grow and to improve you and to define you into a very strong, resilient person. So I'm going to tell you what resilience isn't. So just because you're building your resilience doesn't mean you're not going to go through any problems. And being resilient doesn't mean a person who experiences difficulty or distress. People who have suffered major adversity and trauma commonly experience emotional pain and stress. Example, like the troops, the militaries, when they go out to the Middle East, Afghanistan, you have no idea the trauma they go through. You have no idea the stress that is on their shoulders, but because they sign up to defend the Constitution, they have to do all they can to protect their citizens. But a lot of these troops, they go through traumatic experience as well, because having to kill people or see dead bodies, it affects us on the inside. We are emotionally affected. And if you do not have that resilience, or if you haven't built that resilience, it's going to affect you negatively. So that's why it's very important to understand the resilience. It's very important to understand why you should build your resilience and how you can build those resilience. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, the road to resilience is possibly going to involve emotional distress. While you're trying to build resilience, you're going to have to experience some sort of emotional distress, because there's no way you would understand that you have built that resilience without going through one of these problems. You have to go through it and be able to bounce back before you know that you have that resilience, or before you know the level of resilience that you have or can handle. While certain factors can make some people more resilient than the others. Resilience isn't a personality trait that some people have and others don't. On the contrary, resilience involves behaviors, your thoughts, and what you say play a major role. Okay, you have to be conscious of what you say out of your mouth, and you have to be conscious of what you think in your mind, because all of this can affect your ability to adapt. I'm here to tell you resilience is a learned trait, but the journey that it takes to build resilience is a very tough journey. It is very challenging, and individuals must exert great effort to choose actions that strengthens their resilience with every new challenge that they face, because there's going to be new challenges every time. The challenges is not going to be the same. It's going to be new challenges, but when you build that resilience from one challenge, you're able to adapt, and then you're able to overcome any challenges or anything similar or even newer than what you experienced before. For instance, it's easy to tell someone to get over a long-time relationship that ended. It's very easy to say that to someone than to actually do it, But if you build resilience, you're gonna look at that relationship and look at if it was good or if it was intended to be broken. Because sometimes when we hold on to something and we get drawn into that situation when we could have let go, to see if we can be emotionally free later down the road, because at that moment we might be broken on the inside because your relationship, your long time relationship just dissolved like that. But if you just sit back and just relax and reevaluate the situation and take a little break aside that relationship, you would find out that there was more to come by letting go of that relationship than holding on to it. So building your resilience there, it is something that you would get out of that broken relationship. It's not bad, but you've learned a lesson. There are a lot of lessons you've learned in that relationship. So you would take that lesson and then move on gradually. Always develop that capacity to manage situations in order to see the positive side of it and not jumping into completion or developing a destructive way to handle the situation. So because my channel is all about self-awareness, self-love, and self-care, I'm going to go ahead and detailedly list the 5 tips that you can use to build your resilience. If you don't already have a strong resilience, or if you have a strong resilience, you can actually learn more tricks to building your resilience. So one of them is focus on self-care and self-control. Number 2, practice mindfulness. Very important. Number 3, practice the art of letting go. That is the number 3. It's something that we get caught up in. Practice letting go. Let it go. And number 4, please leave your communication lines open. Okay, do not shut the door. Okay, don't be Elsa that keep on shutting the door on Anna and her sister. Okay, leave the communication lines open, please. Number 5, and the most important, please learn from your mistakes. This is how you're going to build your resilience. You have to build your resilience by focusing on self-control and self-care. Okay, you're going to let go. Don't hold on to the past. It's only going to hurt you more and more. Okay, but I'm going to give you a detailed explanation on how to go about these 5 tips. We all know the importance of self-care, but it is very important with building a personal resilience. Okay, the better is a person's ability to focus on their self and take care of their needs, is the more motivated they will be to take care of their goals in spite of the setbacks. Exercising self-control is also very important in the midst of challenges, especially when it's easy to be destructive when faced with negative challenges or negative situations. We need to be able to draw a line between what is deemed normal amount of stress and unhealthy amount of negativity, so that the stress level doesn't spiral out of control. Okay, doesn't result in rage. Okay, like the storm on the Capitol Hill, that's a rage. Okay, that's a inbuilt negativity, thoughts, stress that is exploded and carried out in a destructive way. So these are all things that we can build and manage our capacity to overcome stress. So practicing self-care or focusing on self-care and control is very crucial in a time of crisis, but it should be developed constantly during peacetime. If you have self-care, if you practice self-care and self-control in the times of crisis, you would be patient and you would know how to navigate through those crises. You would choose the battle. You're not going to allow negativity crowd your sense of judgment, because you've been practicing self-control and self-care. You would be able to discern what is known and what is not. So practicing mindfulness is a state that urges you to be in the present and taking all the experience fully as they happen. Practicing mindfulness can help you take a step back and assess the situation and decide the best course of action. Mindfulness is a lot like the mountaineers who practice on putting one foot first before the other, instead of thinking about how many mountains they have to climb. So they would have to focus on, okay, one foot first, and let me see where I'm going to put the next foot, and let me see where I'm going to put the other foot, and then keep going. So you're not going to be climbing the mountain and thinking how many mountains you're going to climb. You're eventually going to fall. So instead of constantly worrying about the future, practicing mindfulness allows you to think in the moment and look at life from a different perspective. Look at life from a different point of view. See the positive side of life. Okay, deal with the situation right now and stop worrying about tomorrow. And number 3, master the art of letting go. A lot of us, we get caught up in holding on to hurt. We get caught up in holding on to pain. We get caught up in holding on to all the negative things. If you get caught up in hanging on to all the negative things, there is no space for positivity. You have to practice the art of letting go. Let it go for new things to happen, for good things to happen. Free your mind and your spirit. Thinking about our distress or the cause of our distress is detrimental to our mental health. Remember my previous video, I did talk about how to build a healthy mental health state because it affects your quality of life. So practicing letting go is another thing that can help your mental state. Okay, stop reminiscing on the cause of the distress. Stop nursing the thoughts of how you failed. Stop nursing the hurt and the pain. Stop nursing it. Learn to step back and look at the situation. Holding on to hurt or thinking about the cause of your distress or pain can be a barrier to you developing resilience or building your resilience. I also agree that people think about the past events just to see how they can scrutinize it. I absolutely understand it. Or they think about the past event to see what they could have done differently, or to simply desensitize themselves. In some cases, however, the more you reminisce about the past, ruminating it keeps that event fresh in your mind. So you must also understand whatever you do has consequences. Okay, the more you think about the past, it will be fresh in your mind when you should be focusing on letting go. So if you think reminiscing about the past is going to help you determine a way forward, no. Letting go of the past is going to help you move on. If you hold on to hurt, there's no way you're going to move on. Okay, I'll tell you the best way to stop reminiscing about the past is to accept that something happened. Accept it, okay, and move on and face the consequences. That's it. Just let it go and move on. Think of a way out of it, because there's a way out. Letting go doesn't mean that you're forgetting what happened. It should pave the way for you to face the aftermath of the issue. You need to shake the dust off, shake it off, and focus on how to move on from that problem. Because you have a goal, we want to focus on how to achieve our next goal, okay, other than reminiscing about the past. Resilience requires a person to center themselves so they can understand themselves better. Learn their limits, know when to accept and reach out for help. Because every one of us have a certain level of stress that we can handle. So my stress level might be different from your stress level. So if you get to a point where you can't take it anymore, that's when you reach out for help. So I'll say this again, becoming resilient doesn't mean you have to do everything alone or on your own, okay? It's pretty much centering yourself to know what you're capable of or what you can handle, and then build it from there. Another one is to learn from your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, okay? But do not be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Just learn from that mistake. Dust it off. It's only a mistake. Do not repeat that mistake again. Learn from it. Be it expensive or less expensive mistake. Learn from your mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes and no one is exempted from it. When facing an uncomfortable circumstance or a tough challenge, each mistake can be treated as a learning experience. This way, we are able to learn not to repeat the same thing and also avoid any occurrence next time. What's more important in building resilience is for us to be able to face those challenges and learn from the previous mistakes. That's what resilience is all about. Mistakes will happen, but in order to avoid a recurrence of the same mistake, that is what resilience is. So when we decide to learn from our mistakes, next time when those events reoccur, we have a better way to assess the situation, or we have a better way to handle it, and even handle it better than we handled it before. So that's you building your resilience one step forward. Imagine you are going to take a raft trip down the river, along with slow waters and shallows. Your map shows that you're going to experience unavoidable rapids and turns. So how would you make sure you can safely cross the rough waters and handle this problem, or any unexpected problem or challenges that come through during your course of the trip? Perhaps you would enlist the support of more experienced rafters as you plan your route, or rely on the companionship of trusted friends down the road. Or maybe you pack a considerable amount of life jackets or consider a different raft. But with the right tools and support in place, one thing is certain: you will not only make it through the challenges of the adventure of crossing the river, you would also emerge a more confident and courageous rafter. So the lesson of it all is not the chaos, or it's not the challenges of going through the rough rivers. Is the support, the experiences, whatever you've learned from navigating through this chaos to the end of the road is what is more important. It is built your resilience right there for you not to die. You survived and you crossed the river. You learned something. You have an experience. It's very important that we learn how to build our resilience. It's very important that you have strong resilience. Okay, all the 5 tips that I've laid out in this video, I hope it can build someone's resilience out there. Okay, and it's a necessity. Okay, you have to learn how to build your resilience. You have to have control of yourself. Okay, if you do not stand for something, you're gonna fall for everything. And make sure you pick your battles. Make sure you choose your battles carefully. Okay, do not let yourself get carried away. Do not let your emotions cloud your sense of judgment. Okay. So we have come to the end of the motivation video, and thank you guys for listening. And I hope I'm motivating someone out there, because resilience is very important. If you cannot build your resilience, I don't know how you want to go through this world with the challenges that hit us every day. I'm going to tell you this: the challenges are inevitable. Okay, we're going to face challenges, but the more you build your resilience, okay, you are able to face those challenges. You're able to build a capacity in a way that you can manage those challenges when they come true. Okay. Please build your resilience, okay? And thank you for taking out time to watch this video. Thank you to my subscribers. I encourage you guys to keep subscribing to my channel, and I'm gonna bring more motivation videos because we need all this motivation, okay? I'll see you next time on my channel. On your look. You'll stay safe out there, and bye.